Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite Mexican, Brandon Walker, the president of the Mexican delegation here at YSM Sports Media, back at it with another one. We're going to talk about the Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios pay-per-view card, the fight, the main event, and the entire card in itself. So I'm going to break it down for y'all. Now, I do want to ask people, what would y'all rather get? One good main event with a shitty undercard? Or would you rather get 6 to 7 to 8 watchable fights? Because that's what we're getting. So let me break it down from the bottom to the top. So I expect there to be sort of like the way the UFC does it, how they have the prelims, like the preliminary fights. I could expect it to be on FS1 or on Fox. You're gonna have both Vargas boys. Fernando Vargas Jr. is gonna fight Cody Kowalski. I don't know who Amado Vargas is gonna fight yet, but both of Fernando Vargas' sons are gonna fight. You got, like I said, Fernando Vargas Jr. He has a ton of potential. I keep hearing really good things about him out in Vegas, and he has a ton of potential to be a star. Same thing with Amado. Then we got my young bull Jesus Ramos Jr., who's gonna fight. He's 17-0 with 14 knockouts. He's gonna fight Vladimir Hernandez. Now Vladimir Hernandez is coming off a few big wins, but his last win he beat Julian J. Rock Williams, and that was a really good fight. The first 5, 6, or 7 rounds, J. Rock was putting it on him, but the last 4 or 5 rounds, Vladimir really dominated and just took the fight and won. I believe it was a split decision. And that's going to be a great fight. That may steal the show that night. Jesus Ramos versus Vladimir Hernandez, 2 southpaws. They're both Jesus Ramos is huge for 154, but Vladimir Hernandez, he's like a Terminator. He brings it. So it's going to be like two trains colliding in that fight. It's going to be a very good fight. I do think Ramos will eventually stop Vladimir Hernandez and look impressive, but that is gonna be like a war. There ain't gonna be no hugging, ain't gonna be no running. It's gonna be 2 guys just straight banging. So remember that fight, Jesus Ramos Jr. versus Vladimir Hernandez. So literally, this ain't even the pay-per-view card yet. Like I said, you're gonna get both Vargas boys, and you're gonna get Jesus Ramos Jr. And you're going to get Omar Juarez, who fights out of, he's from Brownsville, Texas. If you've never seen Omar Juarez, he's a really exciting fighter. He's somebody that once you watch, you're going to want to watch again. He's fighting on the card. There's also Kent Cruz, 16-0, fighting Enrico Gogishka, I think that's the way you say his name, 13-0. You got a 16-0 versus a 13-0 fight. Like, that's a really good fight. And then once you get to the pay-per-view portion of it, you got Luis Neri. He's coming back, trying to rebound from his loss to Brandon Figueroa versus Carlos Castro. Carlos Castro, he's a good fighter, decent fighter. I don't know what his ceiling is yet. I don't know if he can beat a Luis Neri, but that's a really good fight. You got a guy 31-1 going against a guy 27-0, and then you got Abel Ramos versus Josecito Lopez. That's a really good, almost even fight. I may favor Ramos a little bit, but that's a really good fight. Josecito Lopez has been in there with everybody. Victor Ortiz, Canelo, Keith Thurman. Josecito Lopez has been there with everybody. Abel Ramos has been in there with Ugas. He's had a lot of really good fights. That is a highly competitive fight. Really can go either way. That's a fight that you got to watch as well. Leo Santa Cruz is coming back, trying to rebound from his loss to Tank. He's going to go against Keenan Carbajal, and it's good. It's going to be good, interesting to see where Leo Santa Cruz is going to be at. I think he may be going back to 126 for this fight, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, Santa Cruz is still a good fighter, potentially maybe a future Hall of Famer, won multiple belts in multiple weight classes. And like I said, Santa Cruz, he always brings it. He always has really good fights. And then getting to the main event, we got Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. A lot of people are trying to shit on this fight, but for me, it's a really good fight. You got Keith Thurman, who's coming off a 2.5-year layoff. The last time we saw him, it was when he lost to Pacquiao. And the question is Keith Thurman the same? You know what I mean? Is this the 2017 version of Keith? The guy that beat Danny Garcia was probably the best version of Keith Thurman that I've seen that beat Danny Garcia. But I don't know if I don't know, and I don't think that's still gonna be Keith Thurman anymore. A lot of people don't remember that picture that he had when he got that bicep injury. Bro, his entire arm was like fucking purple and black, like ugly bruised, you know. And I don't think he's been the same since that bicep injury. But Keith Thurman still has a lot of skills, but in boxing you got to stay active, and I don't know how the 2.5 year layoff is gonna affect him. With Mario Barrios, the move from 140 to 147 is probably the best thing that he could have probably ever done. A lot of people, I guess they don't like the fight because they're starting to say, oh, well, he lost to Tank. The thing is, man, bro, Tank beats welterweights and middleweights, pro guys, real good fighters, you know, in the gym all the time. Like, Tank has world-class fighter, world-class power. And the thing is, for me, being a tall guy, I never liked fighting the shorter guys, the short, stocky guys like that can really bang. It's a lot harder to block their shots and evade their hooks. So I really think with Barrios moving up to 147, because he's so tall, man, he's fucking huge for 135 or 140. So 147 is gonna be, I feel like, ideal for him, and it's gonna be a very competitive fight. Barrios and Thurman is gonna be very, very competitive. So the thing is, bro, we got a super stacked card. This is like the most Mexican shit you could ever imagine. Like, we gotta watch this shit. Like, we gotta watch this card. Like, this is from top to bottom. I literally laid out there's 9 fights I gave y'all, and there's 8 fights that I know I definitely want to see. Ken Cruz, Enrico Gogishka, those are probably the only guys I don't know about. But everybody else on the card I've seen, and I want to watch again. Like, you're getting future world champions. You're getting, you know, maybe a potential Hall of Famer in Keith Thurman one day, in Santa Cruz one day. You know, what else can we ask for? Like, you're getting the hottest Mexican prospects that are out there right now. Like I said, you got both Vargas boys, Jesus Ramos Jr., Mario Barrios. Like I said, Mario Barrios, Keith Thurman in the main event. You get a good ass fight like Abel Ramos and Josecito Lopez. Like, that is a good ass fight. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's paper. Like I said, oh, why is it on pay-per-view? Bro, this is a pay-per-view card. This is a legit 7-8 fight pay-per-view card. Like I said, Omar Juarez as well. Like, we gotta watch this, man. Let me know what y'all think. Just like I said, just think about all these fights. It's not just, don't think about just the main event. Like I said, this is an entire card. Like, I'm gonna be there in person, and I can't wait personally.